Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to some more disc golf media coverage. We are coming at you in Mijas, Spain. We've got the European Pro Tour All-Star event. Got round one feature card front nine action for you. I'm Tony Ferro.
And with him, Connor Wood. Super excited for this all-star event. Star-studded lineup, really showcasing the best of the European talent throughout the season. And don't be fooled if you're in Europe by the fact that it's November here. Mijas is on the southern tip of Spain, along the Mediterranean coast, and it is very much warm and sunny there. So perfect conditions for some good disc golf.
No doubt. I am really looking forward to this feature card. We have first up Jakub Semerád coming back from his tour in the US. Had quite a nice showing there as well. Ready to see what he's going to do.
Me as well. We have Mikael Häme joining us, 1021 rated from Finland. He is our EPT Tour standings point leader with 298 points, so he has maintained a consistent performance throughout the season.
And no slouch in the disc golf department is Knut van Haland from Norway.
Who we saw win the Järva Open earlier on this channel.
Yes, sir. That is correct.
To round out this feature card, we have Henric Hagman, and he's had 3 top 5 finishes and 2 wins at A-tier events this year, so although we may not have seen that much of him here on MDG Media, he is no stranger to super high-level disc golf.
Well, let's get right into it with hole number 1. Got a par 3, 80 meters. Going a little bit up this hill here, not too much in your way. There is a little OB area right here, just underneath the basket. Most players are going to be playing that backhand righty hyzer, going right over that, crashing into the side of this hill. Let's see if they can't start it off with a nice, easy birdie.
Jakub Semerád with the first throw of our EPT All-Stars event. Swings it up there. A little bit tough to see from that angle, but looks to have crested the hill nicely.
Yeah, maybe a little bit too straight, but I think he's going to have a look, no doubt. Mikael going a little wider. This looks to be too wide right.
Oh, and Jakub is sitting pretty as well. Yeah. Pretty close there. Mikael with a flat-looking putt, perhaps even a little bit downhill.
Yeah, still inside the circle, even though he did swing it out that wide, but let's see if Knut can't cut it in there, but that is too early left. He's going to be down the hill, putting up at the basket. Got to watch for those rollaways on that fast green there.
As well as this fairly thick Mediterranean foliage. It's quite dense out here. You can really be close to the basket with very little to no look, as we see that just barely cross OB back into inbounds. That looks to be positioned nicely for putt as well from Henric there.
Yeah, these guys are all on the dance floor. Mikael looks to be just a little outside the circle. Get him started off right. Bonus putt here.
Oh, just floats it by a little bit on the right side. Now, I think he'll be back down there as we see perhaps Mikael again. Or is this Knut from the bushes?
Hard to tell because they both are wearing that blue. Whoever
Regardless,
it is.
A fairly simple layup.
I think that was Knut, yeah. Here's Mikael.
As we see this low ceiling uphill putt, very difficult to get the height and nose angle required. We'll see if Mikael can find this par save. Oh yeah.
Nicely done there by Mikael. Cleaning it up. Little tester with that foliage in his way.
As we see Henric now for his birdie to get him started on hole 1.
Ooh, just past the OB there.
And a great confident putt to cash his first birdie of the tournament.
Yeah, Henric has a strong putt. That thing goes in from all sorts of distance.
As we see Jakub finally approaching his second stroke. with a forceful putt,
Wow.
drops it in dead center. It's pretty characteristic of him to have a lot of heat on those shorter putts. I'm curious to see if we'll see the same step putts coming out of Jakub today with this altitude and rough terrain.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really curious as this is late in the season here. I mean, pretty much we're done with the season. And these guys are coming back out. You know, it depends. Are they focused? Or are they feeling like maybe this is just a fun round with their friends and somebody's going to just get crazy hot? I'm really curious to see which way these boys are going to play it.
Well, it's All-Stars. If there's somewhere to send a message, it's here. We see Jakub on the box. Fairly straight looking 81 meters. He's opting for that forehand hyzer.
Yeah, slightly downhill, not too much in your way. Got that berm in front of the basket, though, just stopping the disc.
Fantastic height, utilizing the ground there to slow him right down underneath the pin. He looks to be parked. We see Henric here trying to copy that line, gets a little bit of lift, and also very well positioned.
Making easy work of the hole. I mean, yeah, with the downhill nature, this is as much of a must-get as you can probably think. Oh, that looks too high, though.
But very overstable as we saw it get to the ground very quickly. He looks to be about edge of circle, perhaps just outside.
Yeah,
and I can appreciate the one-angle hyzer shot here because flipping something up to flat going downhill can get dangerous very quickly. So although this shape may look like a straight shot, I think the hyzer is a good idea. As we see, Knut skip OB long.
Yeah, I said not too much danger here, but yeah, going long is the danger, I guess. Just leaking outside. Gonna have this to come back for par.
Oh, wow. What a fantastic par save from Knut there. OB off the tee, making a good deep circle to putt back uphill.
Yeah, that is a confidence boost like none other. Can't give anything up to this course. This is a birdie fest course.
Mikael now for his birdie. Very centered putt. Nice pace and good control.
And I think this is just formalities for the Henric and Jakub there. Beautiful park jobs. I am
no doubt.
I'm sure it's not that easy to put the disc where Jakub put it. That's pretty impressive, actually.
Great display of control on his disc. I think that was a fairway.
It looked like a justice to me. With him being latitude, I would call it a justice. But
I could see that throwing well on that hole as well. What do we have here, Tony?
Got a big old valley across here. 142 meter par 3. Downhill shot as well. Probably just going to see some humongous hyzers out of these guys. Just looking to crash in. Green is slightly left to right slanting, so that is good for the backhand righties. See if they can't put one under the pin again.
There was just a little bit of wind here today in Mijas, Spain, about 10 to 12 kilometers an hour at its peak. As we see Semerád hyzer out a little bit early, he'll be left with a long look for his third birdie in a row.
Yeah, either he wanted some anhyzer out of that disc or he did not let it go far enough to the right. Either way, he is going to be just outside circle 2, I would say. Henric, oh my gosh.
What a flight. Just that fighting hyzer and skips it off the hillside. A shockingly accurate throw at 142 meters. Almost puts it in off the skip.
I was going to say that was 20 centimeters from chains. That was awesome. Holy cow. Mikael turning his over just a tad too much. But that should be somewhere around circle 2, circle 2's edge for the birdie putt.
This looks to be flipping up to flat, but a little bit too high or a little bit too left.
Yeah.
As it also swings in near where Jakub landed for Knut.
So, few big putts and one almost ace. Not too shabby.
It was a big putt, but he opted for a short layup. I think a smart par save here. There will not be too many easy twos here today, so great display from Henric to really put on the heat.
Yeah, with those kinds of looks, that's a low percentage putt. Gotta just take the numbers and go on.
As we see, Knut now for par, manages to save that nicely. Would you like to hazard a guess at the average score for this in round 1?
Ooh. I would call it right around 3. There couldn't have been too much of a spread here.
It's a great guess. 3.1.
Ooh.
I think it makes sense because if you're playing for 3, it's not too hard, but the 2 is very elusive, so.
I agree.
So much better. Thank you.
Hole number 4, our first par 4 of the day. Got a 232 meter, slightly left to right curving here. You got the OB on your left and right side. Just keep it somewhere here in the middle of this valley. Set yourself up for this final approach into the basket. Just have that bush in the way. Nothing else really too crazy. I'm going to say there's going to be a few hyzers coming in here.
Have Henric up on the tee first. Maybe throwing that hyzer that you mentioned, but caught a leaf on the way out. As his disc rockets up there, looks to be a great line, positioning himself.
Okay.
OB. Misunderstanding there of where he landed, but solid attempt as he tries to push the distance. We see Jakub turning one over.
Yeah, I think we just got a little turned around on the camera angles on that first shot. Jakub seems to be right there into the fairway, just got hung up by a tree. And
Mikael now playing the width a lot more, hanging it out left, getting a big long turn. Looks to be fading out. He will be in some rough.
that will be the obstruction, I believe, that will make this hole difficult. Just getting yourself in one of these trees, they seem to give you no room to get a throw.
As we see,
Knut?
Knut also
Oh.
bleed OB there. You really want to land either well past or slightly short of that river road. As we see Mikael scrambling with a big forehand roller.
Holy cow, that thing
Look
is
at that
on
thing
a
go.
move. That got some good distance on it for the shot. Have to see how much he's got left. It doesn't look like he has too much to go.
Tons of spin. We see another hyzer there from Knut, falling well within the valley. Great placement from him. If anything, a little bit short, but after the initial OB, a great scramble shot to put him back in bounds.
And wasn't sure who came out of the trees there, but
I think Mikael.
not too shabby of a shot.
And this dense foliage that we mentioned is really going to be a recurring theme here in Mijas, Spain. A lot of heavily guarded greens, a lot of thick roughs. We'll see how our players choose to contend with that. If they're playing maybe safer shots than they would otherwise.
We got Mikael here, sidearm approach. Looking to just be getting that placement. Little reverse roll. About 6-7 meters. Not a bad approach.
So Jakub approach now. Swinging that big hyzer in.
Wow.
Almost cashing it. Sits it right down by the basket. Jakub's looking pretty dialed. Having said that, Henric already 3 through 3. I believe that will be an easy par for him off that approach.
I believe
Some
that
hot starts.
he will have the bogey there because he went OB off the tee.
Of course, absolutely.
But
All right,
still, you say the turkey start is not bad.
We got Mikael taking the par. Solid approach to give himself that open putt. You can see short left is heavily obstructed by that guardian tree. That long right placement that he found is really ideal. Or, you know, parked like Jakub.
Either way you want to do it, as long as it's getting in the chains there at the end.
And we saw Jakub competing in the USA as recently as October. And in August won the putting contest at Worlds, I believe. So he's had a very solid season on a global scale, really competing with players from all around the world.
Yeah, not to mention he qualified for the big money skins as well, the GK Pro big money
Great point.
skins.
Great point. So we have a pretty stacked card here as our players battle. We're on to hole 5.
All right, we got hole 5, par 3, 131 meters. Again, we're heading downhill. Just got to land inside this circle of trees and bushes here. Try not to chunk your disc up too much on the rocks next to the basket, but I think that's a running theme on this course.
On these hillsides by the coast, you can hear that wind picking up now. Jakub up on the box looking to swing a big white hyzer. I don't think this is going to beat the trees. Just a little bit too low or too wide. It looks like he was caught up on the outside, didn't get to swing in towards the green. We'll see what he's left with. Mikael now.
A little bit more direct approach. Oh, but he swings right into that last guardian tree.
Just look at how tight that landing zone really is. We see Henric here briefly flipping his disc up to flat, pierces the gap. And it sounds like he slid up towards perhaps edge of circle even. Might be inside.
Knut going up high right. Trying to crash it in. Coming in early left. That might be in the bushes.
Might have a birdie putt from there if he stayed on the inside of that little bowl green. So we see Jakub toss out that forehand hyzer. He is just dropping darts onto the green today.
No doubt he is really just dialed in.
Mikael getting a little sneaky over that boulder.
Not the easiest approaches from 30 meters away. Knut with a putt just outside the circle. Oh. Chains
That
out
would have been
right.
a good one to find. It's very demanding. Hole 5, we see Henric with this big patent pending and hyzer putt. Smooth recovery. Didn't quite find his birdie there, but good to have a look. Jakub for par.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to just be a clean-up star par frame for this feature card here. Probably not too big of a deal, though, on this hole. This doesn't seem to be the easiest birdie to get once
Absolutely
again.
not. It was one of the hardest. Holes 4 and 5 were third and second hardest respectively, so that is a very difficult stretch, and to get out bogey-free if you can is no problem at all.
Well, I think we might see a birdie or two on this one. Hole 6, par 3, 129 meters. We're heading uphill now. Just gonna beat a few trees in your fairway, but really for these backhand righties, I could see a force over flex shot just crashing into this hill.
And on the left of the basket, you'll see a big brick wall, I think, really likes to funnel and filter the hyzer shots towards the green. I see Jakub laces it.
Yeah. We'll just call that one a birdie. Jakub is back on his track. Mikael forcing that over to the right, letting it swing back left. Looked to be a halo destroyer.
He gets his way up there as well. He looks to be about edge of circle for his birdie.
For sure. Henric.
Oh, this is heading towards that wall. Hopefully not over it.
Get down. Get down. No.
As it does have a bit too much height, looks to be caught by the wind.
Knut
has been shown the line. He also is getting lifted significantly out of the hand, but
he got the flip up. The flip up
Exactly.
made the difference. That's that was a big, huge thing.
a solid placement, actually. He'll just have that last guardian in his way, as we see Henric for par. Very tricky.
It's a good effort, though. Good effort around that tree. Mikael just at circle's edge, cashing in for the birdie.
As he ties the leaders, Jakub and Henric at 2 under here. Now, Jakub, just for this brief moment at 2 under. We'll see Knut try to make a beautiful, beautiful birdie putt there. That's fantastic, putting him back to even. Fights through the guardian, gets the fist bump from Jakub.
Not bad. Jakub again, just a little over a meter from the basket. Really
Great
throwing
precision.
the disc well today.
All year, I'd argue. As we see Henric tap in his bogey.
Hole number 7, par 3, 104 meters. Slightly downhill, but you're really just looking straight at the basket as you head over this valley. Try to land up on one of these shelves. Keep yourself from rolling too far down the hill. Angle control. Or probably what Jakub's going to do, just crash it into the side of the hill. Hope
He's
that it
looking
sticks.
pretty dialed right now. He's had some great throws. Opting
That's
for the...
looking good.
Oh, yeah. Pure hyzer, 104 meters downhill. Probably plays closer to 90 or 95, but regardless, that is some perfect control from Jakub. Mikael looking to follow that line. Looking a little bit high.
Ooh.
As he swings it to the upper shelf, he will have a pretty scary downhill putt.
Yeah, depending on how far right he actually got, that could be an interesting putt. Knut will be following him and joining that putting party.
Party for 2. We'll see if Henric wants to join.
Oh no, he's going basket. Oh, maybe he
Seems
got
it
that
wide.
drop though. That didn't look nice with the wind, and that is
Oh,
no go.
got the bounce off the wrong side and rolls down to the lower shelf. This tiered terrain really punishing. But
Yeah,
here's the question. Would you rather be putting uphill from 12 or downhill from 8 like Knut here?
I'd rather be going uphill
As
all
would I.
whole day.
As Knut finds just a small bush in the way. His putter gets caught up. Mikael for that putting party.
Catches the
Also-
cage.
Unable to find it there. Very scary downhill putt. We'll see if Jakub can snag this one.
Of
course he can.
Of course he does. A little bit shorter than I thought he was, but needless to say, nonetheless, he's getting that birdie.
Putting him to 4 under now. He's run away a little bit after these difficult holes, now giving himself a 2-stroke lead over Mikael. Is leading this card for the first time with a cushion. We got hole 8.
Well, we do. Par 313 meters. Pretty straight across this valley again. Coming in slightly left to right. Kind of an elevated basket, or hanging basket, if you will. Should make for some interesting putts on this tiered green once again.
So we got Jakub up first, swinging that high hyzer. Plays it over all the trees, and the man cannot throw a bad shot.
How does that sit so softly on a hard-packed dirt?
Full hyzer the whole way as well.
Amazing
113.
control. I mean, it is slightly uphill, yes, but like you said, he's coming in hyzer that's got angle on the disc. It should move.
Probably throwing something higher speed to get uphill 113 as well.
Yeah, I
Mikael
mean, with what it looked like.
this.
Oh,
he
no.
hit the dead tree right in the center of the fairway and got a vicious kick down left.
That is, yeah, not what you want, let's say. Knut up. Oh, this looking good. If it's flexing out, this looking real good.
Oh, yeah,
Yes,
just lands
sir.
it softly. And I think that's the intended line. That's the line that the course designer stood there and imagined.
Yeah, soft flex shot. Just like that.
Henric
Coming
looking to
out.
match
Oh,
if he
this
can
is-
stop the swing. The tree
too
does it for
much,
him.
But does it matter? Tree just kind of said, hey, no, that was a beautiful throw. We'll give you it. Just make that putt.
Take the putt. We see Mikael, who got kicked way down. You see the elevation he's battling with now as a good little approach. Doesn't get all the way up to the top where maybe he'd like to be, but by no means a bad throw, putting himself into position to save.
Yeah,
We have Jakub here for birdie.
that was like a straight up and down throw, basically. Just like
Oh,
that
the
putt.
heat.
Holy cow.
Up, down, and in for Jakub to put himself 5 under through the first 8 bogey free. He is setting the pace here on this feature card.
Knut also. Let's see if he can capitalize. Unfortunately, just catching the top of the cage.
So we see Henric now. Oh,
no, that did not.
If anything, perhaps a little bit too high, but that was a fantastic dead center putt. As he splashes out, Mikael with a good par save, all things considered after the first shot. I think that's the best score you can hope for, so solid scramble from him. And they're both taking threes there. Would you believe it, Mikael and Henric?
I honestly wouldn't have said that they would take a 3 there. But that's what baskets will do to you sometimes.
It happens.
Well, let's finish off the front 9 with hole number 9. We have a par 3, 78 meters.
This one averaged exactly 3, so definitely one where you want to be finding par or birdie to keep up with the field. We'll see if our competitors can find it here today.
Well, Jakub is up first. Looking to go straight at it. Oh, but catching some foliage coming into the green. That's still a long look for birdie, though. I can't count him out yet.
And a beautifully framed green straight through these trees. Just a beautiful tunnel shot, I say, as he throws it over all of them. Just makes it an air shot. That's a really good spot to be.
That's what you want to do. That is very well done. Mikael is parked for his birdie.
Why would you go through the trees if you could go over them?
I like the line Knut just did, though. That is so pure. Henric, let's see if he's looking to go the same way.
Such an enticing line as well. So satisfying to hit that pure tunnel shot. Just dissect the hole.
Oh, but that's early out of the hand. And he is not so far up the fairway.
I think he probably still has about 50 meters left, maybe 30. But he's got some work to do.
Yeah,
Comes up a
A2
little short.
sidearm. Yeah, that's going to be a tester putt.
Jakub from way downtown. There we go. We saw our first jumper. Not quite the Semerád stepper, but he got some air there.
Yeah, looked a little fast. Didn't quite give his arm enough time to get with his body, but needless to say, he is up there for par. Henric now up. Let's see if he can't nail one after that unfortunate spit out. Let's
Fantastic.
go.
That is really solid there. As you mentioned, after the mental fatigue of the spit out, that is a huge putt.
No.
Oh. Hits the top of the chains as well and spits out left.
Yeah, that was high left side. These are prodigy baskets. You are not going to have that stick. I believe these are T1s as well. These don't look like the newer prodigy baskets, so they're even tougher on putts that are not dead center.
As these three guys all take their pars, we have Knut for the lone birdie now. Snags it. Well done to him with that laser line through the trees. Well earned.
Yeah, that's the way I'd go. Not much else to say.
Oh, we see the suspended putt there from Mikael. Bit of showmanship despite the frustration. As we close out our front nine. Fantastic display there. Beautiful course. Couldn't ask for much more. What did we see, Tony?
Well, we'll take a look at the scores here. We got Jakub leading us off at -5. Mikael is right behind him, couple strokes back at -2. And Knut and Henric are just behind Mikael at -1. Let's take a look at the leaderboard here.
We see a few names tied for first with Jakub at 5 under, Lenny Kempainen and Nestori Tukanen, with Daniel Davidson, Rasmus Saukaripi, Matthias Villota, Samuel Hanninen, ton of players at 4 under. It is a tight match still through the front nine, but there is no clear leader. Thank you for watching. Make sure to follow us and catch us on the back nine. We'll see you there.